Hi. Alright, yeah, had a minor health issue and that slowed down production. So I'm just going to give you an update on some things that have been going on with me recently. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, last Thursday, September 7th, we had a meetup out in Burien at the Point. It was another good night. Met some new people, saw some familiar faces from past meetups and from Facebook. So, it was a good time. Always good to get around like-minded people. Like I always say, individuals who understand the nature of this reality, for the most part, at least the alternative aspect of the shape of the world. We're still all trying to figure out, the nature of reality, but, we can all agree that the earth is flat, and we won't ridicule each other for saying so. So, funny thing that happened with that meetup. So, at the Seattle meetup last time, we were at the Pyramid Brewery out in Seattle. So, that was a red flag for some people. We did the meetup on August 8th. On 8/8. Oh snap. So that was a red flag to some people. And let me see, Zulu 1, guy out of New York, he's a firefighter, had a shirt and he was operating ladder number 33 apparently, and he sent the shirt to Mark Sargent, which he wore to that meetup. So here we are at the Pyramid Brewery on 8/8, and this guy wears a shirt that has a 33 on it. So it was just red flags being thrown all over the field for that one. So I was trying to be very meticulous with this upcoming meetup. I talked to Tyson and Dave. I'm like, all right, guys, look, whatever day we do this thing, it's not going to be September 9th. We are not having a meetup on 9/9. That is not happening. Okay. Second, as far as the location goes, the name of the location is going to be something real plain or nothing just too crazy. Okay. Nothing where people are going to be like, Illuminati confirmed. Not going to have any of that stuff. So we were at the Point on 9/7. So there was that. Mark, when I put out the promo video for that meetup, he commented saying that he was going to do everything in his power to show up. To which I jokingly responded with a dress code for him. And I told him that he can't wear any shirts with any numbers, symbols, designs, logos, ruffles, celebrity faces, famous quotes, cartoon characters, skylines, monuments, sacred sites, or emojis. To which he responded, perfect. I got just the thing for that. So he was a good sport about it, and he ended up wearing a shirt that had the Eclipse on it. Now, the funny part about that night, and somebody pointed this out after I posted the group photo, because we do the meetups and then at some point, I want to get a picture with everybody. So at the group photo, we took 3 pictures. And the first 2, first one, somebody was in the bathroom. The second one, somebody was outside, something like that. And then the third one was the final shot. And would you know, in the final shot, somebody points out to me on Facebook, there just happened to be 33 people in that picture. So I'm like, that was cute. That was pretty good. I'm not even mad. I was impressed. 33 people. Can't make this stuff up. So overall, it was a good time at the meetup, getting around everybody. It was a good time. So that's all I got for that. Secondly, there was an eclipse last month. Don't know if you heard about that. Yes, I'm going to talk about the eclipse. I'm just going to tell you about my experience, because a lot of people have been asking me what my experience was with the eclipse. So, my personal experience with the eclipse goes as follows. It was August 21st. The morning was beautiful and blue. Alright, anyway, but the plane started spraying chemtrails in front of the sun. I was starting to get all upset about that. But when the eclipse actually started, against the loving guidance of the scientific community and NASA, the good people who were telling us not to look at the eclipse with our naked eyes, I decided that I was going to look at the eclipse with my naked eyes. So, I did that, and while I was looking, what happens when you stare directly at the sun, the glare is almost blinding for a minute, and then your eyes will adjust. And what happened when my eyes adjusted to that, I could see, let's say, the moon starting to come in from the upper right-hand quadrant of the sun. But the funny thing about that was, I could see right through what was going on. Whatever was blocking the sun, blocking the light from the sun, I could see through it, almost as if nothing was blocking the sun. But, I was on a stream. I was on the panel with Dread and the gang over at You've Been Exposed. And, I wasn't really paying attention to the eclipse per se, because I didn't get any video, I didn't get any pictures of it. I can only talk about my experience because I knew everybody else was going to be taking pictures and doing videos and all that, and we're still seeing new stuff come out, which I'll get to in a minute. But I remember it was a cool experience. I remember the temperature changed. It got a little bit colder that morning. I remember looking around and seeing the shadows during the eclipse. You could see all the shadows. The leaves from the trees would leave these crescent-shaped shadows. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So, I was noticing that. The temperature changed, and looking up at the eclipse, I realized the next morning what I had seen. And it was like, after a vivid dream I had, standing on the mountain with a lot of other people, and then I snap out of it and wake up, and I realize I could see right through whatever was blocking the sun. So that kind of freaked me out. But the moon does its own thing, in my opinion. I mean, it might have been the moon. I don't know. We didn't see the moon approaching the sun during the eclipse. We didn't see the moon for a couple of days after the eclipse. So it may have very well been the moon, or something else. But Dave, DITRH, came out with a video showing how the sun could actually, in essence, be being projected from another source. Maybe something out in the heavens. He showed a video of light from a flashlight going through a paper towel roll. It was pointing to a napkin, and he had like a bottle cap covering the light from the sun source and all that, the simulated source of the sun. And I mean, it made sense to me, because it looked just like I saw. It looked like literally nothing was blocking the sun. Like I said, I saw the sun, and I could see that disc shape, that circular object, that whatever it was blocking the light from the sun, but I could see blue sky behind it while I was looking at the eclipse with my naked eyes. So the projection thing made sense when I saw it from Dave. But I saw another video recently, and it was from MrThriveandSurvive, and I'm gonna post a link to that video. I'm gonna show you a little clip from it right now. And what it was, apparently, I'm not sure if it was him or someone else, there was a balloon that was sent up during the eclipse. And in this video, you had the opportunity to do a 360. So for one, the balloon's up, let's say, I believe it was about 76,000 feet. Don't quote me on that. You just watch the video. But he did a 360, and one thing you're going to see when you get a balloon up that high and do a 360, everything appeared to be flat. There was no curvature. But beyond that, he saw a little dot in the heavens, in the firmament, okay, where that dot seemed to move in relation to the sun, as if it were the source of the projection that is the sun and or the moon. So I thought that was really interesting. You want to check out that video, or maybe go check out the video that he was taking that from. But that blew my mind. So that's just my experience with the eclipse there. Also, I saw another thing as far as the projection aspect of things, and this may or may not have been what it was, but you know, I got a text yesterday morning from my buddy Mark. He's like, hey, go check out the moon. There's this dot right next to the moon. Go check it out before the sun comes up. So it's like 5:30 in the morning. This guy texts me that. I'm like, all right, cool. So I pull the van over, jump out, get a quick video, and this bright dot, star, whatever it was, right next to the moon, I hadn't seen it before. It looked new to me because I've actually done videos of the moon at night, and I have yet to see that particular dot right next to it. And it apparently Mark, he keeps his eyes on the sky too. That was alarming to him also. So, you know, I don't know, what was that dot, you know, in relation to the moon? I don't know, because I couldn't have the angle of a high altitude balloon. So, you know, that was, I just thought that was interesting. Just wanted to show you that video that I took. So that there was my experience with the eclipse in its entirety. Now, on to the next topic. All right, now, another thing I want to talk about. Recently, it was seen that the heliocentric enthusiast community has found a new avenue of attack. So, what happened, it's like they'll get on my posts, on my videos and all that, and they'll see that we've taken a picture at the end of a meetup, or at some point in the meetup, and we're all smiling, we're all doing the hand sign and whatnot, and they say, oh, you guys are like a cult. These are the makings of a cult, because you all seem to care about each other. You feel like you have this special knowledge and all that. You believe that you have this ideology cornered, and you're kind of above. I mean, they're just projecting these things onto us, when in actuality, the characteristics of a cult, from what I can understand, well, one thing, sometimes people are just born into a cult. Like your family was part of it, and then you're born into this thing, and you just have to adopt these beliefs like everybody else to fit in. And that's what that's all about. And it's kind of the same as the globe belief, because we were all born into this heliocentric system, where we get this propaganda all the time, where we're taught that the earth is a spinning ball flying through infinite space on the edge of this insignificant galaxy, you know, and there's just septillion other planets out there that we can live on. We're all taught this, you know, all of our lives, just like a cult. But what happens is, you know, they behave as if they are the ones that are members of a cult. Why do I say this? Well, as soon as you come out and say that the earth is flat, they attack you as if you're a member that was part of a cult, and then you decided to stray away from the faith. Okay, that's what they do. Like Leah Remini, I believe that's her name, how she's exposing Scientology. You know, she's being attacked for that, because Scientology is a cult. She was in, she gets out, she exposes it, and she's under attack for exposing it. You know, that's what we do. We were part of the scientism cult, the globe believer cult. Now we walk away, and we're exposing the fact that it was a cult, and we're attacked for it. So yeah, we're not the ones that are in the cult. It's those guys. It's not us. You know, we're ridiculed, we're belittled, we're called names, you know, by the people who are still part of the faith. And while I'm saying in the faith, the idea is, you know, it's scientism. The people who still believe in the globe, they treat that more seriously, actually, than a lot of people who call themselves people of faith. Why do I say that? Well, they attack you more viciously when you say you don't believe in gravity. Then a Christian gets offended when someone says that they don't believe in God. They assume that we don't believe in science. And they say believe in. You don't believe in science? You don't believe in gravity? We aren't supposed to believe in these things. Science is about experimentation and observation, doing testable, repeatable processes in order to come to a solid conclusion before you actually believe something to be fact. Instead, what we get is a bunch of theories about things that can't be tested. So that's what I mean. They want us to just believe in these things in order to fit in with everybody else. And while they're attacking us, they're basically saying, the bottom line is they're basically telling us, why do you feel like you're special? Just think like everybody else. And that's not what we're here to do. We're not supposed to fit in. We're not supposed to think like everybody else. That's not who we're here for. This isn't some cookie cutter operation where we're all supposed to like the same things, you know, think the same thoughts, go to the same place. We're not. That's not what we're here for. Okay, we're supposed to be different. Have you ever gone to a movie and seen a movie progress where everybody continuously through the whole movie does the exact same thing? If you did, that was probably a pretty depressing movie. I'm guessing. There may be a couple out there, but no sort of box office smash, I'm guessing, has resulted from a movie wherein everyone does the exact same thing. There's always a main character, and that main character is typically a person who decided to do their own thing, who decided to go against the grain, who didn't do the same thing as everybody else. That's us. That's what we do. We're not going along with everybody else. So yeah, you're the main character in your movie, okay? Because you're not doing the same thing as everybody else. Yes, it's really like that. You know, they want us to think like everybody else, and it doesn't make any sense because, you know, the world needs people to do things differently, okay? Being like everybody else, you're just gonna fit in, and that's not what we're here to do, okay? Be yourself and be good at it, because you can't be anybody else. You know, you're you, so be you the best that you can. And if you're somewhat of an outcast, you know what, as many flat earthers as I've talked to recently, I find that we all have a pretty similar story. We couldn't really fit in school, weren't all that popular, didn't really fit into society, didn't really you know, fit in these small social groups. It will be points where we're sitting around and everybody's so caught up and involved in talking about absolutely nothing, and there are points where we want to jump in, but like, they're not talking about anything. That's probably us, or at least that's part of my story. So, you know, we're the black sheep. It is what it is. You know, we're like, again, we're not supposed to fit in. That's not what you're here for. Do something different. Dare to be different. Okay? Be who you are. Say what you say. Do what you do. Because those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. Alright? That's all I got for this one. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe to receive more content, and click the bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. Be sure to link over myself and the crew over at Flat Life or the Future of Flat Earth or any of these other social media places listed here. But as always, be good to each other, take care of yourself, stay flat. See you next time. Thank you.